Good afternoon, everyone. Happy International Women's Day to all of you. It's a honor to be here among wonderful, accomplished women here and great speakers from morning. What a lovely presentation by Victoria Gabul. Thank you so very much for that. And thanks to Sai Aastha Foundation and Prabhat and Purvi for inviting me. Mentorship is very close to me, very close to my heart. I just want to know before we begin with, how many of you have had mentors in your life? It could be your personal, professional life. Awesome. Could I just ask you to name few mentors from your life? Could we start with anybody? If you just want to volunteer and say who has been your mentor? Your wife? Well said. Your mother.
She was so fantastic.
Wow, amazing. Hats off to all the mothers in the room. I think we groom great children. Thank you. Daughter. Somebody said daughter. Yourself. Thank you so very much. And yeah, there's no second word for that. I am here today in Edmonton because of my daughter. I came here to support her. She's a physiotherapist. I came here to support her as a mother. To be here, to be there for her. Again, based on different culture that we come from, we want to be there to support her, to give her the life, the wing to grow. And nobody said husband? Oh, you're going to say husband. Okay, all right. Awesome. I just want to kind of thank you so much, Nidhi. And as we're talking about mentors, Nidhi was just mentioning some time back that her husband and I know each other. And saying, oh, okay, how, come, how, you know? Because of course we meet a lot of people and some actually imprint in your heart and mind. And Nidhi's husband, Dhaval Desai, is one among them. He works with ERIEC, and last year I had the honor and privilege to honor him at the Mentor Appreciation Awards at the annual Global Talent Conference. And I was amazed, and it was stunning to know that Dhaval Desai had mentored 28 newcomers at ERIEC. And that's amazing for somebody to do it, and give a big hand to Dhaval and big shout to him. You need an altruistic heart to be a mentor. Not everyone can be a mentor. And again, as some of you shared, there are formal mentors, informal mentors in our life, and so on. But I think we all need mentors at some point to give us that strength, to give us that support, to give us the push to move forward. And currently I'm working at an organization called ERIEC, which is Edmonton Region Immigrant Employment Council, a not-for-profit organization supporting newcomers integrate in Canadian labor market. And as a director of the Mentorship Program, one of my roles is to find mentor matches for internationally trained professionals who want to be working in their field. As Jennifer mentioned, you come from a different country with a different dream and just you don't want to work in a field that's like totally unrelated. So to me, mentorship has given many an opportunity to work in their own field. And at my organization, the success story is like 84% work in their own field. And they come from various backgrounds, including administration, accounting, law, human resources, project management, name it. And we have mentees from around the world coming here to Edmonton. And I think last year the city had 58,000 newcomers. Yeah. And we want to create them the job, we want to give them an opportunity, we want them to be working in their own field, we want to be supportive of them, and we want to be there for them. And can you make a difference? Can you? Can each one of us can? We can. Certainly we can be a mentor to somebody who is new to Canada, who is new to Edmonton, and who could make a difference. I'd just like to go back to the previous slide, Prabhat. Yeah, the true mark of success isn't just how far you go, but how many women you bring with you. Be the mentor you once needed, and together we'll create a future where every woman rises. This is an unknown quote, but that's quite close. And certainly I think we as women can take everybody around us to succeed. And as the speakers in the morning said, it takes a village to raise a child, and it continues and it goes on. So mentorship is that aspect that you need, like, ongoing. So mentorship is a transformative relationship, I would say, from experience. I'm talking here professional. Personal, of course, we all have mentors as role models from our own home. But I'm talking professionally here. So professional mentors are somebody who guides, supports, empowers a less experienced individual to grow personally as well as professionally. Help them navigate the challenges, build confidence, and unlock their full potential. As a newcomer myself, I think there are two big barriers to break. Any guess? Language, okay. Anything else? Stereotype, okay. What else do you think? Collecting information. Okay. Have you heard the word networking? Funny, isn't it? It is the most important word that I learned after coming to Canada. I heard from people saying it's not what you know, but who you know makes a difference. I think to myself, why is it not important what I know? I've studied, I've got the skills, I've got this experience, I've got this expertise. Why would I not need people? But that's what is needed here to kind of bridge the gap, learn, to find a job. I mean, to me it's very important, like, okay, if I know what to do, how to do the job, it's fine. But here I think that aspect of networking plays a very, very important role. And again, for somebody like me, as an immigrant, I think it was very difficult, or in fact even it's very difficult for me even now to network with people. My role says that I have to speak to people, network, talk, make connections. Believe me, it's not easy. And I'm an introvert. Left alone, I'm a very happy person. I have a leave me alone sofa even at home. I say, don't disturb me, guys. My husband and my daughter. That personal space is needed. Sometimes as a woman, you need to kind of, recharge yourself to face the world. But to me, network is one important aspect which I think still fail to understand how to do it. How to do it effectively, how to ask for help, how to say I need this job, it's difficult. I'm still learning, but yeah, it's one big barrier I see. And the second barrier I see is lack of self-marketing skills. How do I market myself? How do I say I'm good at this? How do I blow my own trumpet? How do I say, you know what, how do I scream out of my lungs and say, I can do this, I can do that? How do I impress the employer, the interviewer? Not easy. No matter what preparation you have, you will always have butterflies in your stomach when you go for an interview, like panic. All that they're going to ask is just about us, right? But still, I think that's one. So these are the two main things as an immigrant myself and as working as a director in this position. I feel immigrants struggle a lot to kind of, go through the barrier, because we bring in great education, skill set, experience, everything. So what's lacking in us to move forward, to jump forward, take up the leadership roles? Like, be where we want to be, right? No job is mean, of course. Like you can definitely work in Tim Hortons, in a retail, in anywhere else, but you're destined to do greater things. You're destined to do higher things. The reason why perhaps you came to Canada, or perhaps the reason why you're here. So that's important. So to me, the first goal of the mentorship program is for somebody to provide that career guidance, help mentees achieve the professional goals, offer career advancement and leadership training, share experience as to how to overcome the challenge. Like for example, I said I'm very bad at networking. How could I be better at networking? Like if somebody can tell me, Shashi, these are this A, B, C to do this, you'll be fine. To start with a simple smile and say, hello, and go with that. It takes a lot of guts, believe me. So I think providing career guidance, I think that would be wonderful. The second one is to offer professional development support. Again, depending upon what position you're in, like if you want to grow within your organization, what are some of the things that you need to do? Maybe a study, maybe it could be a volunteering, apprentice, like it could be anything. Like how do I move forward? Professional designations, how do I obtain that? The mentor can certainly help you out with that. And also be as sounding board, because sometimes you need that person to just listen to like blah, 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 blah. So we need that person. Expand network is the next one, and I'm certainly this is very important for any one of us, I would say. Recommend opportunity for growth, jobs, conferences, projects. I was just speaking to the founder of Rohit Group of Companies just some time back, and I said, when I first initially came to Edmonton, I applied for a position in your office, in your workplace, and I got refused. And I thought I'm really good at that. I had everything, and I just connected with the person. Even before I came from India, I said, where did I go wrong? The person at that point, the human resources manager, told me, Shashi, you're too overqualified for this role. Well, I can do this. Right? Overqualification is fine, but I'm willing to, I can do this job. But from a human resources perspective, I know they might be thinking I might just probably, just resign from the job once I start. So again, sometimes I always think that God has a better plan for you. If something is rejected, there's a redirection to something else. So that worked for me with ERIEC right now. I'm working from home, I'm enjoying that. So put the washing machine there and then probably go for the next meeting somewhere. So that has worked for me, so blessing in disguise, I would say. And the mentors can help you challenge and inspire yourself, because sometimes we could be demotivated ourselves. Don't know if this is right for us, don't know if you're doing the right thing, don't know if we are good at all, if it's good enough. Sometimes we ask these questions ourselves, right? Like, am I good? Am I good? Am I meeting my family's expectation? Am I the role model for my daughter? It's funny, a couple of days back, we had our own conference, annual Global Alberta Talent Conference, and I had last year's speaker from Sai Aastha Foundation come, Lori Ann Minzer, the first Canada's Olympic gold medalist. She came there, and as usual, she's very inspiring and she's like motivational. She's like, go, go, go. You'll feel like you'll jump in and get an Olympic medal yourself. She's like that, pushes you. And after that, she gave some meditation classes after the session. It was just like that impromptu. 1, 2, 3, and then we went back to another mode. I just told her, Lori, you know what? Can you just speak to my daughter, who is like an adult now, studying at the university? You can inspire her. She said, come on, Shashi, are you kidding? You're an inspiration yourself. I said, you know what? Mother is never taken as an inspiration at home. They always listen from the third person, and it probably better goes there. Mother is always like, she's my mother. So I said, Lori, can you? She said, no. Start the connection from yourself, from your home. Speak out loud, Shashi. Tell your daughter, inspire your daughter. I say, inspiration always comes from outside. So today I told my daughter, I'm going there to get all the inspiration in the world for me to do a better job in here. And that comes back to asking, advocate for women in your workplace. Women don't need that kind of, support or recommendation. You just need to be there next to them and say, hey, you know what, you can do it. So advocate for women in workplace, promote DEI as it's been spoken today, guide mentees through the workplace dynamics. And I know it's very hard in a man's world. I face that in my office too. I face it every day to speak up, and I always want to be truthful, honest, and it doesn't go well. And I'm still learning how to be diplomatic. Diplomacy is something, it doesn't come easy to me. It's just like on your face, I'm going to tell you. Because for me, there is no gray area, it's just like black and white. But sometimes you just have to be, you know what, Shashi, you're fantastic, but the but is something that I have to learn, but I'm learning. But again, in a man's world, I think it's always very difficult, I would say, to stand up for yourself and fight for yourself and fight. Right? So as a woman, encourage people to be in a leadership role, help them, be assertive and so on. And creating a cycle of mentorship. I think women who receive mentorship often become mentors themselves, fostering a legacy of leadership and empowerment for future generations. So pay it forward, be the change. And I know many of you here are like successful, and all the friends and every friend that you're working. Every successful woman had someone believe in her, be a mother, father, husband, daughter, son, spouse, it could be so on. So be that person. It's your turn to inspire and guide the next generation, support each other, creating that change. Become a mentor yourself. I would love to have you join the mentoring movement, lead the way, be the mentor. And if you're ready to make a difference, I would be happy and love to talk to you, connect to you after we have done with the session. Let's create that great mentoring movement. Like you, there can be many, many successful, inspirational future generation of women that we can see tomorrow. With that, I just want to say thank you, and it's again an honor to be here. Wishing you all the best in all that you do, and look forward to you shooting the questions to me and Jennifer.